Now, obviously, you know this because you've pitched so many times. I have my own way of pitching as well, keeping it short, keeping it concise,
Yeah.
highlighting what questions the person can ask instead of being like, here's what I can talk about, making it super
Mhm.
easy. I want to shift focus to finding the right person.
Okay.
A lot of founders think it's so expensive or you need to be at a certain revenue level to delegate this. But what I'm hearing from you is that the shortcut to success, if you will, is delegating this early and often. So can you walk us through
Yeah.
how you find the right person for this?
Yeah, I really think it just has to I don't know that they have to have a certain background or skill set. I think the person they need to be naturally is somebody that, like, is extroverted, likes to talk, likes to engage, right? And they're not afraid to start a conversation, right? I mean, Julie probably emailed a million different people to get to Susie Orman to find her, right? Like and it was like a hunt for her and she was excited and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I made this connection and I'm talking to the girl who's doing this on her team." And like she loved it. It was exciting. If you're not somebody who can, I guess the person you're hiring, right? If they're somebody that needs instant gratification, this is probably not the role for them because they are going to hear no's quite a bit. Like I get on a lot of podcasts, but there's a lot I don't ever hear back from, right? So you've got to get somebody who's okay with hearing the no's, like still following up, and just being okay with not feeling too pushy, right? People think, well, I've sent 2 emails in 6 months, and I don't really want them to think I'm annoying, right? I mean, we just got Jenna Kutcher on our podcast, and no joke, Julie said, I've been working her for 2 years. I have been messaging them for 2 years. And she goes, they never asked me to stop. So I just kept following up with them. And she's like, and here we are. And I just said, how many people do you think would reach out to somebody for 2 years? Because I can tell you right now, I would never. Because I would think, oh, don't do that. She's going to think we're crazy. It's going to look pushy, right?
Mhm.
That's my personality. I'm not the girl to be reaching out and pitching. I'm the girl to think like, "Oh my goodness, I emailed yesterday and they still haven't responded." Like I'm that girl.
Yeah.
And that's not the girl you want pitching for yourself, right? So, I think look for that. I do think this is when you think about what the task is itself, where it's really like administrative. It's somebody who's just emailing, who's DMing, and it could be somebody following a script you give them, right? So it could be Gloria, you saying to your clients, start with this or say it this way. And you just put Gloria's system into place and you try that, right? So it's not that, and that's the best part. There's people out there like you, Gloria, who are telling us all the secrets where we can just buy your course and then say to somebody on our team or hire somebody for 5 hours a week, could you implement this for me? Right. So you can pay somebody a flat hourly rate, right? And you can also commission somebody on the podcast they book you on, right? So you could have a dream list of the top 100 podcasts or your top 100 favorites and say, hey, anybody that says yes to you on this list, what is it worth to you? Like people always say, well, what should I give them? I don't know. What would you pay to be on that show? Like if you could get on a show that had 5 million downloads, what would that be worth to you?
Ooh,
Some of you
at
might be like,
least a few hundred or even a couple
right?
thousand,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So you might go, man, if you could get me on the top 100 in marketing or in wherever, I'd pay $100 per episode for that of like whatever you
Mhm.
can get. Because anybody in the top 100 has a good amount of listeners that are keeping them at the top, right?